At this point, the Mario cast for the animated movie is sort of a meme on the internet. And while I do think some choices like Charlie Day's Luigi could work, it's ultimately kind of disappointing as a huge Mario fan. So today, I'm going to cast some more roles in the movie. Those characters being Wario, Waluigi, Princess Daisy, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, and Professor Egghead. So to quote Mario himself, let's go. So one thing that's kind of difficult about Mario movies is that a lot of the characters in the games have kind of a flat personality, and in the movie I want them to have character arcs, so kind of transforming that is hard, and I think that very much applies to Wario and Luigi. I think they should start off in the movies picking on Mario and Luigi, teasing them, kind of being these bullies. But at the end, I think they should turn to being the good guy's side, being companions with Mario and Luigi. So we need actors for both Wario and Luigi that can do both. Now for Wario, a lot of people want Danny DeVito, but I just think he's a bit too old for Wario. So I went with John C. Reilly. Now the name John C. Reilly might not stand out, but I think there's two roles that really show what he could do as Wario. The first one is Step Brothers, where he plays that brother who can kind of have that gross out, kind of type of weird humor that Wario is at home at.
Activities we can do. Play Army Man? Yeah. This is how we do it! Da, 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 da. Hey, I never asked you. Yeah. You like guacamole? Oh! Oh, God!
And John C. Reilly also has familiarity with voicing video game characters because he played Ralph in Wreck-It Ralph, which I really think shows more of that lovable side that Wario could be, and I think should be at the end of the film series.
Cake and a few shakes.
Hey, Glenn. Ralph. The guy here might be a lot happier if you put him up here with everyone else.
This thing has this really fun energy and kind of this goofiness that would go well paired up against Chris Pratt's Mario. So John C. Reilly as Wario. Except for Waluigi. Now, I think Waluigi is a fan favorite character. A lot of people kind of love how awkward he is. We need someone who also can do that zaniness, has that voice that kind of has this craziness to it, but ultimately at the end of the day, you like him. And that's why I went with Bill Hader, one of my favorite comedians. On SNL, we can kind of see him doing that twisted, almost crazy type of deal.
Why do you do this game? What's it all for? What do you want?
In a word,
Chaos.
But we can also see him kind of doing the more lovable side of it.
Our actors, the STML players, have all been diagnosed with acute short-term memory loss. But through hard work and my revolutionary therapeutic technique, they have been able to overcome this hurdle, being able to memorize.
He's also a super talented voice actor, so I know he might not sound like Waluigi in these clips, but I think he could do a really good job of making his own voice for Waluigi, and he would just, I think, be a lot of fun in the film. So Bill Hader as Waluigi. Next up for Princess Daisy. To be honest, this was the hardest one to cast, because Daisy doesn't have a lot going for her in the games. She's in love with Luigi, and that's kind of about it. She does have an outgoing personality, and I really want to expand on that. I think it would be interesting maybe if she was once princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, maybe if she was an older cousin or sister of Peach, but doesn't want to be princess, but still does the right thing. I thought of a lot of options here. I think Elizabeth Olsen could potentially be neat, maybe even Millie Bobby Brown, but I settled with Gillian Jacobs, who is most known in the sitcom community, where I think she can really do that character that wants to do the right thing but has that strong personality.
Someone else, if you jump into the sack with him, you're an angel so long as you don't use protection.
She's also a really good voice actress. She was in the Injustice movie as Harley Quinn, so she can definitely do that voice. I think she would be a different take on Daisy, but one that could really bring her to the big screen and do a great job. So Gillian Jacobs as Princess Daisy. Now, as you can probably tell from my channel icon, I'm a big Bowser Jr. fan. I just find the character kinda cool. He's Bowser's son and wants to be as scary as his dad, but he's ultimately not. Bowser Jr. I think could almost have this awe factor, and when he's trying to be scary, people just don't see him that way. I think at the end of the day, he should be someone that's very into his gadgets, like the Koopa clown car and stuff, but maybe could turn good, or kind of someone who's not fully bad. Think of kind of Loki in the Marvel films. There's a lot of people I thought of for this role, but we're going with Gaten Zero, who is most known for playing Dustin Henderson on Stranger Things, and I just think he's perfect for this role. He kind of has that lovable, nerdy side I think Bowser Jr. could have.
You just want me out of here so you can make your move.
Oh, because you're such a threat.
That's right. She will not be able to resist these pearls.
He just kind of has that likable trait that I think Bowser Jr. could have. Also, keep in mind that Jack Black is Bowser, and I think Gaten Zero and Jack Black both kind of have that similar type of humor. I think he's really grown as an actor on Stranger Things. I think he could do wonders with Bowser Jr. He just kind of has that voice I want with the role, so Gaten Zero as Bowser Jr. Now for the Kongs. Diddy Kong is a very interesting character because I think he should be a companion of Donkey Kong, someone who looks up to DK. I think he should start off a bit more quiet, but grow throughout the films. In the games, we see Diddy Kong using inventions such as the peanut pop gun or the barrel blast jetpack. So I definitely think we should have someone who can do that smart side of the character, but grow throughout the adventure, and that's why I picked Michael Cera. I think Sarah, as shown in Scott Pilgrim and Superbad, can kind of do that side that's kind of a bit more cautious.
Who are you?
I'm nobody.
No. I know you. He was at that party with me, the one I was telling you about.
No,
Is it? Remember? He's Jimmy's brother, the guy, the singer. He's the guy.
But he can also do that wild at the same time.
How's it going back there? Knives? I know you're in here, don't it?
I just think he'd be a very interesting choice, and I think he'll contrast well with Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. Kind of that wild but chill nature. I know it's a different choice, but Michael Cera as Diddy Kong. Dixie Kong is someone who I'd want to have a bigger role in the films. I always thought she had some big moments in some of the games. I mean, she even had her own title in the Donkey Kong Country games, but she never really gets the recognition now. So I would want an actress who could really bring that personality to Dixie Kong. We're going back to the Stranger Things universe, and I'm going with Sadie Sink. For me, this one just makes too much sense. I think she could do a really good job of having that personality, outgoing type of traits that Dixie had.
One of those cool t-shirts?
Yes.
Really?
Everyone gets a t-shirt. We make them ourselves. And if you... You're being sarcastic. You being sarcastic?
And her acting was really good in season 4 of Stranger Things. So Sadie Sink as Dixie Kong. Next up we have Funky Kong, the cool guy of the group, the funny guy. He can be wild, he can be crazy, but he just wants to have a fun time. Now, funny enough, this was kind of hard to cast. I've seen a lot of people say John Cena or Dwayne The Rock Johnson or even Jim Carrey in the role. And they're all talented, but I feel like they would be the star of the show. Funky Kong should be a side character, one who can make you laugh, but isn't the star of the show. And in my opinion, I think Devin Bostic would be perfect for this. I think his role as Roderick in the Diamond Wimpy Kid live-action movies really shows kind of that fun side, that almost wildness that I would want to have.
Why would you sign up for something you don't have to do? Never sign up for anything at school. You fly below the radar. That way, you never raise anyone's expectations.
And while he has all the great scenes, he doesn't overshadow Greg as the main lead, so I think he could do a good job as Funky Kong. I haven't really seen him in anything new, so it'd be cool to see him return back to movies, so Devin Bostic as Funky Kong. Next up, Professor Egad. We need someone who has a lot of crazy ideas, but ultimately believes in what he's doing, busting ghosts. And this is where we're going to go back to Danny DeVito, because I think Danny DeVito would be perfect for this type of character. I think he can really do that character that believes in what he's doing, even though a lot of people might not. He just seems perfect, and I think him and Charlie Day would be a lot of fun. I mean, they're in Slingy together, so it would just be perfect.
Great.
I'll do it.
Oh, who's going first?
Well,
It should be you, right? I mean, you pulled off the AIDS thing.
Oh, Charlie!
All right, let's go before we get caught. Let's go before we get busted, okay?
All right, here we go.
All right.
All right.
So Danny DeVito as Professor Egad. Well, everyone, those are my choices. Let me know what you all think. I had a lot of fun doing this, and let me know if you want me to do more. I was thinking I could do characters maybe like King Boo, Yoshi, and maybe the Koopalings. If you'd like to see those, let me know. Until then, this is Tanner, everyone. Take care, and bye-bye.